Yeah, having a bit of a hard time holding on to like the 2 sigma standard deviation. ES kind of just holding above 5,900 into the end of the day here, as it continues to consolidate upwards. The little head and shoulders that had formed failed to break down once again. That was the catch today, actually, would have been the breakdown of that. And we closed a little bit higher, but I feel like buyers to the downside are getting progressively weaker and weaker. I would say that it's likely we fail this trend, and that I would say would probably be a pullback to 5850, or maybe even like 5820, 5800. At which point, if it continued to fail, that would be confirmation, maybe a breakdown of the longer term trend. But this looks weak, and it's starting to consolidate like way too much. Commodities, 10%, nothing much to speak of there. China's GDP expectations kind of fell short of where analysts were hoping to see performance. I know their retail sales, industrial production, and unemployment improved, but their GDP still looks like it's going to fall short of 5% for the year. The dollar turned around a little bit today, partially on the back of improved retail sales out of Britain, pound up against the dollar, but also with the slightly better news out of China. Yields at the top end of the curve kind of flat day over day. Not. I guess they're down a tiny bit, but nothing significant. Correlation continues to push down despite tech not responding to the increased amount of long vol in the underlying. Obviously, some of this correlation is coming from the finance sector, where larger gains are being seen this month, or well, especially over this last week. JPM, BAC, Blackstone, BlackRock, all showing some pretty significant improvement. And on the other side of that, tech did okay, but tech services not really doing so great. Netflix, I guess, up a little bit, but only 4% on the week. Carry trade leverage stayed about flat. I think it peaked at like 7.65. But leverage on the short end is starting to move up now. And that might see a little bit more aggressive push in the tech sector, but we'll see if it actually gets leveraged up. Bond vol still staying pretty elevated despite the turn down in correlation. Skew moving up really sharply, back towards the all-time high. Might be running out of range for bullishness here. 67.99% of the S&P above its 20-day moving average, and really no change in correlation and vol. I think flat day over day here. A little bit down, but they're not really pushing down as hard on volatility as you'd expect them to be at this point. Luna, I think Luna looked okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a strong bounce. I'd still want to see like confirmation, which sucks because you have to buy the two and hope.
Put
My
their people
birthday's
in my jar. My
Saturday. Can you
birthday
make the
is
market
Saturday. Can
crash?
you make the
Bulls
market
suck.
crash?
Thanks. Have a good
Bull
weekend.
sucks.
Happy birthday,
Thank you. Have a good
Costellosaurus.
weekend. QQ3.
I'll do my best. I mean, if you look out here on the longer term trend, this does look like it's starting to fail, right? Like we're getting kind of a cluster here. We had an inside day, broke up, another inside day, right? We're not really finding buyers higher. All of our high tests just seem to fail. So there's only sellers up here, and eventually, that's going to probably turn around as we don't find buyers lower and lower. But this chop might last for a little while. Generally speaking, the pullback in Delta following OPEX is enough that it causes this kind of price action to fail. But there's like no delta on the SPX, like no positive delta. I don't think there's anything left to pull back. Unless they start closing like in the money puts, in which case it's definitely going down. But it's not looking super bullish here. And the range to the upside is really slim, right? Like there's only room out to 59.30. And you run into Gamma Max on the monthly. So and Gamma Max on the weekly is at 59.10, which gives us, 60, 55, 70 $55, $65 of upside, which is just not a lot, right? And what else is that is going to encourage is call selling above 50, 59.30. There's already quite a lot of puts being bought at 5,900. I think ultimately we probably see this fail. It's a pretty textbook like diamond top this week, right? And the end of day did nothing to show any sign of a breakout. So we'd have to get one overnight or into Monday. Wow, all-time high close to election time? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, we got the election in what, 3 weeks? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's possible. I could see vol ticking up into that. But I'm pretty sure the election's just bearish on both sides, right? Like, as far as the market's concerned, neither like economic plan is sustainable. Like if Kamala wins, they continue with the current economic plan, which Moody's and S&P have already stated is not sustainable for US debt, right? We continue to pump deficits and attempt yield curve control. And then with Trump, I mean, we're going to enact a bunch of tariffs and drive inflation through the roof. Like neither of those are particularly good outcomes. So I don't see how there's a bullish outcome to figuring out who the presidential candidate's going to be. They're both horrible ideas. One is in favor of war with Iran. They both are. The U.S. will never stop supporting Israel. It doesn't matter who's in office. All right. No problem. I will see you guys Saturday, 12:30. Or Sunday 12:30. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Later, guys.